This is the gardenia. It's in front of this big window. It's not a very sunny day today. It's kind of 50-50. We're getting some rain for the next 3 days, and it's storm system's coming in, so it's cloudy. Um, the blooms that were here, I mean, all these blooms were here before it went dry. It was fairly dry, as we talked about, and I changed the soil from potting soil to a 50-50 compost manure mix. I have read that these things require cool nights, hot days, not too much direct sunlight, a lot of water, but not too much water, iron, acid, and I can't remember what else, but they're sensitive and they're very responsive. After I watered it, it was kind of drooping, wasn't looking too hot, and I changed the soil and watered it, and it perked back up. But these flower blooms, blossoms, these flower buds, they were affected by that lack of water. They turned brown and they got kind of that rotten smell. They don't smell fresh like these ones do. And of course, they're not a pure white like the rest, like the normal ones would be. There is yellowing of the leaves kind of scattered all about. It's getting more and more that way. If you shake the plant, some of them will fall. There is some with spotting. These aren't supposed to look like that. They're supposed to look like this or this one. But I think every blossom on the tree was affected by an underwatering scenario. See that? It's kind of a brown. This one, unfortunately. I'm hoping it was just the water situation. I added 4 tablespoons of this to one, drinking bottle of water and dumped it in. Some of these leaves have spotting, as you can see. This is how they look. It's very troubling. I hope that's not something serious. But some of the buds will fall if you shake the plant too hard. So I'm concerned right now about my gardenia. How often does someone actually come up and look at their plant and go through it and inspect it? These have kind of a powder on them, and I'm not sure if it's already supposed to be like that just on its own, or if the greenhouse it came from, if they were spraying them with a powder. It comes off on your finger if you rub the leaf. The newer leaves are not coated in a powder. They are just glossy and leathery and green. So this being the crown of the gardenia, the top of the tree, these all look real good, but if you come down towards the bottom, there's definitely more yellowing going on, which is why we're concerned and scared for this thing. I want to get more. Oh, see, I'm just touching it and they're falling off. So I don't know if I overwatered it, if I'm not getting the proper stuff onto the leaves. Here's one with a spot on it, and here's one with a piece missing. This one's still firmly on there. And this soil should be good. It's full of organic matter. That's the other thing. I've read about these. They like organic matter in their soil, not the loose soil. They do like air, but they like a lot of organic matter in their soil. They like cool nights, 60 degrees. They like warm days. They like partial direct sunlight. This window gets a lot of sunlight. Like I said, it's not a very sunny day today. They like iron. They like acid. They like a lot of things. It's a very responsive plant. If you mess up, it will let you know. So they uptake quite a bit of water, and if you mess up, you're gonna know it. It seems like. So I can't think of anything else more to say, other than we can recap. I think that the lack of water, it got kind of dry. I think when that happened, it affected these buds. The buds turned brown. They didn't bloom. And the ones that did bloom or were blooming just turned brown. And it had a bad smell instead of a good smell. I think some of these buds just might be damaged. They might be terminal. You know, like some of these buds that turned brown, they're not looking so hot. I'm giving them a chance though. Some of them look okay. I don't know if I would have had this problem if I never let it go dry. It wasn't completely dry, but it definitely wasn't as wet. And there was a problem between the two soils. The root ball that it came in, it's much stronger and compacted compared to the surrounding soil. And so I added a thicker, denser soil to try to help shore up the water in the plant, to try to keep it, you know, like we talked about, try to mix densities so they're more similar to each other. But yeah, if you shake it, leaves fall, which is not cool. I don't know if that's a sign of something bad or what. But if this powder on the leaves is from spraying the leaves, then I will have to do that. This has directions. This zinc iron, 0.2%, has directions for adding it to the soil, which I have done, and also spraying the leaves. I'll have to get a sprayer ASAP, spray the leaves, take it outside, spray the leaves, and then, yeah. I don't know if I can spray it with acid and iron, just mix the two in one bottle and spray it, or if they have to have them in separate. I imagine probably have to have them in separate sprayers and add to the soil and spray the leaves. That's my plan.